Let me tell you something interesting about silence in today's world. A world where everything seems to be shared. We post our birthdays, our meals, our vacations, even our sadness wrapped in pretty captions. It feels like everyone's talking, showing, and proving something. Yet there are still some people who don't. They scroll quietly, observe deeply, and rarely post anything at all. Maybe you know someone like that. Maybe you are someone like that. People often wonder why stay silent when everyone else is shouting for attention? Many assume it's shyness or lack of confidence. But that's not really it. There's something deeper happening. Something that speaks about awareness, peace, and the quiet strength of choosing to stay unseen. For some, silence isn't emptiness. It's control. It's the power to decide what the world doesn't get to see. Because let's face it, social media has changed how we define ourselves. It rewards those who are loud and visible. But the ones who stay quiet often see the world more clearly. They listen more, they think before reacting, and they reflect before judging. Psychologists have noticed something fascinating. People who don't post much often score higher in emotional independence, self-control, and thoughtfulness. They're less influenced by likes and comparisons. They're not trying to prove who they are, they're trying to understand it. And in a world full of performances, that's becoming rare. Most of us post because, in a way, we're performing. We share pictures, stories, and updates, hoping for some kind of approval. It's like saying, "This is who I am. Do you see me?" But when you stop posting, something inside shifts. You stop needing validation. You stop thinking in captions. You begin to live moments for yourself again, not for an audience. That's the quiet truth behind many people who don't post. They're not against social media, they're just searching for something real in a space that often feels fake. They're not trying to escape the world. They're simply refusing to turn their life into a highlight reel. When you've seen how easy it is to fake perfection, you begin to value what's raw, silence, truth, and imperfection. For some, that decision to go quiet comes after burnout. Maybe they once shared everything, but slowly it started to feel empty. Each post came with pressure, to look happier, to seem successful, to top the last post. They weren't living anymore. They were performing. So they just stopped. No big announcement, just quiet. But don't mistake that silence for coldness. People who don't post often feel deeply. They just protect their emotions. Psychologists call it psychological ownership, the feeling that your memories and experiences truly belong to you. When you post them, you lose a bit of that ownership. They become public property, open to judgment and misunderstanding. So, some people choose to keep their moments private, untouched, sacred, safe. And maybe that's not loneliness. Maybe it's freedom. Think about it. When was the last time you did something wonderful and didn't feel the urge to share it? That instinct to post isn't natural. It's something we've been trained to do by years of likes and shares. Breaking that habit takes strength. Those who manage to step out of that loop often rediscover life in its purest form. Cooking without taking pictures. Traveling without tags. Laughing without recording it. Feeling something deeply without needing to prove it. That's real living. But not everyone's silence is peaceful. Some stay quiet because of fear of being judged, criticized, or ignored. The pressure to look perfect online is exhausting. It makes people overly cautious, even anxious. For some, staying silent is simply self-protection. They still want to connect, just not at the cost of their peace. Ironically, the quietest people online often have the loudest minds. They're full of thoughts, emotions, and wisdom. They just choose reflection over display. Their silence says, "I exist beyond what you see." In truth, not everything you live through is meant to be witnessed. Some of life's deepest transformations, heartbreak, healing, growth, happen privately. You can't photograph them, and you shouldn't need to. That's where your real identity forms, in the unseen moments. Social media was supposed to connect us, but sometimes it makes people feel more alone. When you stop posting, you begin to notice who reaches out without being reminded you exist. You learn who truly remembers you, who checks in because they care, not because they saw a post. That kind of connection is quieter, but it's real. People who don't post live in that space. They build relationships that don't need proof. They share moments that aren't filtered or staged, and they carry a certain peace, a quiet confidence that doesn't rely on attention. They know who they are even when no one's watching. That's not arrogance, that's self-assurance. And the funny thing? Those same people often have the most beautiful stories, but they save them for real conversations, face-to-face, not screen-to-screen. Their idea of connection isn't likes or comments. It's laughter across a dinner table. It's silence shared comfortably. It's real presence. So the next time you notice someone who never posts, don't assume they're hiding. Maybe they're just living. Maybe they've found something the rest of us lost. Peace in the quiet corners of life. Because being unseen doesn't mean being forgotten. Being quiet doesn't mean being empty. And maybe, in this loud, restless world, silence is the truest expression of being human.